channel. Today I have an unboxing video for you guys, and that is my Nocturnal Readers unboxing. Now in September for their box I didn't get a chance to film it, and I thought I would pop it in this one because it is all Halloween inspired anyways, and I really wanted to show you the last box I got because I think it was my favourite so far, as well as opening the October Halloween box, which I'm so excited to do as well. And so I am calling this a little double feature of sorts because I thought it'd be very like in homage to going to see a double feature horror movie really. So we're going to get into our September box first. Now hopefully you guys have not seen anything with this box because I want to show you how amazing this is because it's so... Now their theme for September was Monster Mayhem. Now I have grown up with my mum showing me all kinds of monstrous films like The Creature from the Black Lagoon, like Bela Lugosi's Dracula, and I feel like I have a good amount of knowledge as to what could be in this box, and I was very excited to open it, so let's show you guys. And the first thing I got within this box, I squealed because I adored it so much, and it's something I will definitely be using. Sorry Luna. Tote bag with a little Frankenstein on it, and it says, "If I cannot inspire love, I will inspire hate." And what a beautiful quote to go with a beautiful bag, and I'm definitely going to be using this not only for Halloween but all year round because Frankenstein is such a heartbreaking story but leaves an impression with you, and I absolutely adore that they've incorporated it into this box, and it's really well made as well. I feel like it's quite sturdy if you want to pop something heavy in it, and I just adored it. It was so cute. The art print for the September box looks like an amazing kraken is taking over a seaside town. I'll hopefully be able to show you a better close-up of it, and I love that it's like a sea monster. Like, there's not many sea monster films out there that I have seen, well, that I've noted of personally myself, but I feel they would be very terrifying. So I love that. I feel this would be lovely to pop somewhere for Halloween. I just need to find a place where, need to just think of a place to pop it. Now the next thing was the only thing I was a little bit unknown of. I don't know, yes, that is a word. And this is a beautiful flask, and embellished on the flask is the Miskatonic University Arkham MA. My first thoughts, Gotham, because of Arkham Asylum, and then I had to do a little bit of research because I wasn't sure. There's no university that I know of within that, and it's from a H.P. Lovecraft story. He very popular writer back in his day. I myself are unfamiliar with a bit of his stories, but I adore this flask so much, and I love how it's got glitter all on the outside too, and I feel this will be lovely to keep my drinks cool because it's kind of that ceramic that helps keep things cool as well as hot at the same time, and they're always handy to have, especially if you're on the go a lot. So that is so cute. I love that. My next thing is something I've not got, and I thought, oh, I need this in this life as soon as I saw it. And it is from a lady on Etsy, and her name is Natura Amaritz, and she has made a sleeping oil. Now this sounds so fun, and it's called the Sandman's Despair. So it's handcrafted to calm the nervous system and nurture peaceful dreams. So you basically, it has a roller ball on it, so you pop it on your pulse point, so your wrists, your third eye apparently, even your feet and your neck, and it is to help you drift off to sleep. Now I recently found out there is a movie about the Sandman coming out. I'm not sure when, but in the next year or so I believe it's coming out, and I don't know much on the Sandman, but I'm very, very intrigued to try this out. I haven't tried it yet because I really wanted to show you guys it before I started going to town and using it every night. And the ingredients in it even sound amazing to help you fall asleep. So there's lavender, almond oil, cedar wood, chamomile. So it's all those lovely fragrances to help calm and help you switch off at night. And I feel this is so useful. It's not something that, oh, what am I going to do with that? Because honestly, you need things like this in your life, especially when you have those sleepless nights where you're constantly thinking and thinking and you need to switch off. This will help you for sure. And it smells absolutely amazing, like a very spa-like smell. A little pin, and this is a little Jekyll and Hyde pin, and huge fan of Jekyll and Hyde. I feel the concept is ingenious as well as scary at the same time, and it kind of follows a very, very realistic approach that there can also be two sides to different people and they can hide it pretty well. So I adore this pin so much. It's definitely going to go with my collection and pop it on one of my bags and help make it very, very horror inspired, which I love. Then I have a little notebook. Notebooks are so, so handy to have, especially when it's horror inspired for me, because this is just so, so cute. So it kind of took over from a movie poster, and the movie is The Howling. Now I haven't seen this movie, but when I saw this I thought, oh my god, do you remember in Scream and the first one, and they're in the video store and someone asked Randy in the store, where's that film with E.T.'s mom in it? The Howling, straight ahead. And this is what it reminded me of, and it just made me giggle. And I love, it's like a really high quality notebook as well, and it has the Nocturnal Reader's Box design on the back, and it is a very good one to keep you on a bag because it's like a perfect little pocket size. And it just made me giggle because I thought of Scream when I saw this, and I was like, it's so cute, I love it. Then we come to our books of the month. So there was 2 books in this month. The previously released one that I got within this one is called Greener Pastures by Michael Wehunt. Now I didn't hear much about this when I got it, but then I feel because other people got it in their subscription boxes, they popped it on their Instagrams, because I follow quite a lot of bookish Instagrams, and people were very, very excited about this. Apparently it has been a very talked about book, but I don't know how I've missed this. And it is just a collection of short stories that are horror inspired and are meant to help terrify you into getting a good night's sleep, basically. And it is very vague as to what is in this book. I kind of like that because it gives you more of a open mind as to what is going to be happening. I have read 1 or 2. I believe I've read 2, and those 2 stories, I feel the writing style was very strange for me. Honestly, I do not let that judge it for me. Maybe it's just because those 2 stories, I didn't really understand them that well. But I'm going to keep trying because people love it, and I want to figure out if it's just my mind not processing it well. But there is plenty of praise within this book, and you also get a signed edition, which also makes it very, very special. And I think the cover is one of the scariest covers I've ever seen. Like, I would not want to be in this wood at all. The next book, which I was so excited when I first looked at it, I thought this is my kind of book. This sounds so exciting to me. And it is The Wicked by James Newman. And basically this story follows a family of David, Kate and 7-year-old Becky. Now they have moved towns because of a bad experience that happened at the town they once lived, and they want a fresh start, a new beginning. But the town in which they go to is called Morganville, and that reminds me to one of another books that I know, but totally unrelated. But before long the new town tends to be worse than they imagined due to a demon which has took over of the town in a way. It says that an ancient demon lurks underneath the town of Morganville, is hungry for the souls of the townspeople. First of all, he wants the children and will not rest until he gets them, all of them. So it sounds very like an old school horror movie to me, and I'm so excited to read this. I think this is definitely going to be on my list to read up and coming to Halloween. I feel like it's got all the elements that you want, like a mystery and wondering, are they going to be able to defeat this? And it even says on as a quote at the top, "The Wicked is the kind of horror we don't see enough of anymore. This is one wild and bloody ride." And it just really excites me, and I love there's a little detail in the back that makes it look like it's from a store inside Morganville, which says Totem's Groceries. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. And I just love the detail and the cover. The cover is very, very threatening, and something I will definitely be delving in. Oh, and the next thing within, the last thing which I forgot to pop in is you get a little bookmark within this series, and it is, and don't think this is me trying to trick you, because it is pretty awesome, and it is a Night King from Game of Thrones dressed as Thriller. It is the Night King of Pop. How cute is that? And it's a little magnetic bookmark, and I've never had one of these before, but I really, really love it. And I love that when you just open your pages, they're ready to dance. I just think that is so cute. So that is everything within the Monster Mayhem edition. Now let's get to their October box. They said in the email this box was going to be bigger than any box I've done before. They were not kidding. This is one huge and heavy box. I feel I have to get an extra hand from the wall to help me. But this is their first box they're doing that is themeless. They have struggled for a little while now to fit books around a certain theme, and I can understand that, because sometimes they will probably be quite frustrated because they'll love a book but not find many things to go with it. So it kind of leaves it more of a mystery and the unknown within a box. It is also their 1 year anniversary, so I think it's a very special box for them. So let's get right into it, shall we? Oh, this is so heavy. The first thing I see is a candle, and it's from the same maker as the sleep oil from the Sandman sleep oil. So I'm very, very excited. It says it's called Magic Carousel. Oh, that sounds up my street. With caramel, butter and maple. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds like popcorn being made at Carnival mixed with just, it's like pure nostalgia in a little pot. Oh my goodness, I can't believe these are lovely and handmade as well. And you get 25 to 55 hours in that, which is really good considering how small the little pot is. So it packs a punch. I love that, and I love the name. Like, Magic Carousel is just so cute. Our little pin of this month is a very, very classic Edgar Allan Poe pin with a little skull and a raven and a little stack of books. And it's so simple but so like effective, and I believe it's got a very eerie feel to it with being all grey and black. I love that. And Edgar Allan Poe is like a legend to all of horror, so it's very nice to have something in homage to him. Very excited for what is in a bubble wrap. Let's have a look. See, I saw someone do a, I'm not sure what box it was, but they got a shining cup in it, and I was so devastated I didn't get that box. I think that's what really, really inspired me to get this. Sorry, this is a bit noisy. To try it out. And oh, I was hoping it would be one of those, but it's not, but that's fine. Let's have a look. So it looks like a beer glass, and it says Iris and Jacob's Funeral Parlour, established in 1863. Now I'm going to have to do some research on this because I'm not sure where it's from. I hope I'm not being really, really dumb here, not knowing what this is from. See, I'm trying to think of a famous funeral parlour. So it is an American Gods inspired glass. I've heard people talk about this, but I haven't read it myself. But glass is a glass, and it's a really heavy, well-made one, if I have to say. It's proper like a bar glass, and I'll definitely find use for it. I need to read it to be able to be more excited about it. I just, because I had my hopes up, didn't I? Because I thought it was a Shining Cup. That's all it is. That's all it is. Next thing is really, really freaky. And is it the ring? Yes. So my auntie, she was terrified. Oh no, she was terrified of the ring as well as the grudge. They are a little bit similar. And there is a ring patch. She is pretty spooky, I have to say. Like, with the patches, I don't know, do you pop them on jackets? I want to say you do, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to have to do a little research on that. I love the colours on this. I feel they are really, really beautiful. She's pretty freaky though, I have to say. Like, the ring, I don't know why it wasn't one of my favourites. I don't know what the reason behind that is, but it's still pretty awesome, and I'll find a use for it somewhere. I think this is like the first t-shirt they've ever put in the box as well, so I bet that's really, really exciting for them. And it is, oh, it says the Long Walk community event hosted by the State Department, Richard and Claudia Benjamin. I want to say I've seen something about the Long Walk before. It's a Stephen King book, and I think it's been in one of, I think it was in the Stephen King box. You got a little artwork from it, and I'm gonna have a little read on this. And again, I feel really bad because I don't know much in this one, and maybe I should. I feel really like unknowledgeable, which I'm so sorry about. And it is like this t-shirt. It's very pretty, I have to say. It's very pretty, very, very vintage inspired, and feels very, very well made, I will say that. It's styled after an old school marathon shirt, so that must be the shirt they wear in terms of everything what goes down. So that's quite cool that they've took that concept and made it into a real life product. I really, really like that, and I'll have to read the story to be able to get a full account of what happened. Very, very exciting that they've never done within this box also is they have put 3 books within it, which I've never seen them do before, and I'm so excited. So I think you have 2 new releases as well as a previously released. So one of the new releases is called the Valacourt Book of Horror Stories. It says it's volume 2, so there must be a prequel to this one. Like the Green Pastures book, it is all little stories that have scanned over 200 years of horror. It's a new collection which features 14 gems of uncanny art, including 2 original tales and many others that have never been reprinted. So that sounds really, really fun. It's a previously released one, and it is called The Cold Moon Over Babylon. And on this is really, really intriguing. On the top there is a quote saying one of the best writers of horror in the country, and it is Michael McDowell. I know that name. I know that name. I'm kicking myself. I do know that name, but it's not coming to me why. And I'll have a little read on what this one is about for you. Larkin family, they have been involved in a terrible, terrible tragedy within the town. I don't know if it is their 14-year-old daughter. Yes. Yes, she will be, she has been killed, and something strange is happening in the town of Babylon. The traffic lights are turning blue. There is calls that a ghostly appearance is making an appearance across the streets. Graves are erupting at local cemeteries, and ghostly hands are appearing in sinks, which sounds like a very, very terrifying time to be in at this time. And it is following the Larkin family as they want to pursue the murderer and find out what is happening within this town and why it is happening. Now, what really excites me is this. I know why I know him now. He is the screenwriter for Beetlejuice and The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, there are really amazing films. I'm sure you guys have heard of them, and that makes me really, really excited for this book. He also has a book called The Elementals. I've heard many people praise for, and The Amulet. So this sounds really, really, really up my street. And the fact that he has worked in showbiz on some of my favourite films, I'm very, very excited to see what is in store within this book. It sounds very, very intriguing. Oh, this one is a sticker, sorry, and it says Nocturnal readers never go to bed alone. And then I Heart Horror bookmark is also really cute with a Nocturnal's Reader's box on the side. And our last book is a new release, I believe. And it looks so fun. Oh, it's also a signed copy, which makes it even cooler. Oh, this book, it's really different, and it's called What the Hell Did I Just Read by David Wong. That sounds so funny. I love that. So it's part of a series, the John Dies at the End series, and people are really raving the first book, which is called The Book is Full of Spiders. I feel like I have heard about that before, and this sounds really fun. I wonder if you have to read the first one to know. I've been on a previous Nocturnal's Reader's box, and we are nothing if we are not listening to our community. Each of those titles can be read as a standalone series. They merely contain the same characters, and no overlap is explained. Oh, so you're quite okay in case you haven't seen the first one. Now, oh, look how amazing that is. It's like a proper signature, like they've actually had the time to do every single book, which must have took a long time, and that's amazing to put that much dedication and care in terms of their boxes. This is meant to be $26.99. That's crazy. That's nearly as much as this box is by itself, not including everything else that you got in it. Also, it is focusing on Dave, John, and then Amy, and they are investigating a fairly straightforward case of a shape-shifting interdimensional child predator. Sounds something really different. They feel that something weird is going on within the story. Together they navigate a diabolical maze of illusions, lies, and their own incompetence in the attempt to uncover a terrible truth that they, like you, would be better off not knowing. Luna! There's a proper fight going on today. Why is it every time I film this happens? I do apologise, guys. Guys, take it into another room. Thank you. Ta! What is going on? Break it up. This sounds like a really interesting story. It looks like it's very like a dark comedy as well as a horror, and I like that within a book. So I'm very excited to read this one, and if you guys have read any of these stories, please let me know what you thought of them as well. I'm very intrigued by this one. I feel it's very different to what I've normally read, and it has got very many praises within it. Babies! So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and another day of Hollieween, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. I've got to go and break up a fight now. It seems to not be stopping. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you would like some more Halloween inspired videos, because I've done a ton throughout October. And I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!